Well, a few guys got assigned today. How does the fewer number of players, like, does that change how you're running the practices? It's all one unit now, so things like that?
Yeah, well, we reduced it obviously to one practice. There's still quite a few bodies out there. So you got to do some things in order to try and get people up and down the rink while managing energy levels too. We've had a lot of guys play a lot of games in a short period of time here. So I thought we had a good skate today, and we're ready for a competitive game versus Vancouver tomorrow night at home ice.
Jay, you talked about moving into Stage 3. What does Stage 3 entail for your team here in training camp?
Well, and this goes to Reed's question a little bit, is that things are narrowing. So we're down to one group. We said to our players on the ice that every rep counts, every drill counts, every day counts. And, so far we've been pleased with our level of competition. I thought we had a good game last night. Everyone came to the rink with the mindset today to get better. We had some tough decisions to make, but that's always those are first world problems for coaches to have, is when so many people are playing at such a high level.
You rolled Nurse's minutes back a little bit, and you wanted him, like you said earlier. Are you going to be able to do that this year again, because you have some younger pieces on and some guys who don't have quite the experience on defense?
Yeah, I think that plays itself out. The good news is we know what we're getting when Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci are on the ice. I think they're one of the best shutdown pairs in the league. They have the ability to play and defend the world's top forwards, but at the same time they contribute on the offensive side when needed. So we'll see. Those answers will play themselves out over training camp.
Jay, I just want to ask you about Ryan Murray and what you've seen from the defenseman so far. Yeah,
a real professional person, obviously coming off the cup run with Colorado. It was a great experience for him. You see his skill set. I think his assets are his ability to get back to pucks quick and break them out. He's working his way through training camp here. He's left a good impression so far.
How would you describe the energy Markus Niemelainen adds to a game?
Well, he adds a dimension for sure, right? And that is when he's on the ice, the physicality level goes up. I think he defends hard. He's not afraid to be in a shooting lane. He catches people by surprise sometimes with his level of timing and his ability to close quickly. He's a great skater. He's had a really good first part of training camp here.
What about it's a special mentality, is it not, to I got to hit every night. I mean, maybe sometimes your body doesn't feel like hitting that much, but you got to do it if that's the dimension you want.
Yeah, you know what? I read some of Marcus's comments, and one of the things he felt was in order for him to carve out a niche at the National Hockey League level, he had to find a way in. And he dedicated himself to adding that layer to his game. And it's not surprising to Dave Manson or myself. We saw this every day in Bakersfield, and there's, I'm sure, a lot of forwards down in the American Hockey League Pacific Division that know what type of player Markus Niemelainen is. But he's a great character person. He works his tail off. He's trying to crack our lineup by adding a dimension. And like I said, he's left a good impression through the first few days.
You talked about Ryan Murray's Stanley Cup pedigree. Yeah. What does adding that to a locker room that has the ambitions that the Oilers does what does adding that to the locker room?
Yeah, I think it's anytime you add quality veteran leadership, I think it helps. It helps in what you're trying to achieve. I think Ryan has a good, not only the Stanley Cup run that he was on last year, but he's had good NHL experience over a good number of years. I had the fortune of coaching him at the World Cup of Hockey, so I knew his character and his level of preparation. He's a young man that's played in the league for a long time. And so anytime you add a person of his experience level, I think it benefits the organization as a whole.
Jay, you talked about his character. What's his demeanor like?
Quiet. He's a quiet guy. He's not, but I think he has a level of seriousness about him. He wants to play. He's battled some injury issues over the years, and he's committed to putting himself in position to play a lot of games. And he's, like I said, he's got a good experience level, and I think he makes us a deeper team, especially on the back end.
You talked about the injury issues. When a player has to battle adversity like that in his career, what does that typically do? What's your experience with players that have had to kind of go through that as they kind of continue?
I think what it does, Tony, is offers you perspective, right? And that things aren't always just going to go according to script or according to plan, and you got to have a level of persistence and stick-to-itiveness about you. I know that he's a determined player, and he wants to play as many games as he can. He's working hard to be as healthy as he can. He's had a good training camp.